No, in fact it was Prince Charles himself who gave me the idea. I was speaking to him at a function at Buckingham Palace. Forgive me house dropping, you know. And he said, are you a cricketer? He said, it was an actual Lord Taverner's event, you see, and a lot of cricketers there. And I said, no. He said, oh, do beg your pardon, I just recognised you. He said, I hope you're not going to start impersonating me. And that was what actually gave me the idea, because I'd never done a member of the royal family before. So he, in fact, gave me the idea, and then we saw him since. My wife and I went out, and we were very honoured to sit next to him at dinner, and it was a fantastic evening. And he told me then he was quite impressed with it.
The children had worked out some interesting questions. How did he perfect his characters? Which were the most difficult to do? To which he replied, the ones he didn't do. But the highlight of the visit was an attempt to impress the impressionist. This is Philip Gould giving Mike his take-off of David Frost.
Hello, good evening and welcome. My name's David Frost and our guest tonight is Mr. Mike Yarwood. Mike, how long have you been in show business?
Well, I've been in show business 16 years, which is about the same length of time as Mr. Frost, I think. Yeah. Very good. I think a bit slower, don't you think? Hello, good evening and welcome.
Yeah.
Slow. And I think the important thing about anything, whether it be telling jokes or doing impersonations, is to take your time with it if that person takes his time. You can sometimes, Max Weigers was telling me, he said, there's a lot of people who said do very good impressions of me, but they do it too quickly. They go, I want to tell you a story. The other day I went into a pub and a fella came in and so on and so forth. And he said, I do it much slower. And this is why it's important to watch the originals and to get their timing as well.
Fallback accents, are they difficult, Mike?
I find them very difficult, especially with Prince Charles, who speaks it terribly correctly, you see. And you find that with people like him and people who went to Eton or Harrow, you know, who do speak terribly like that, sort of really far back. You know.
Has this been a difficult thing for you to acquire? Because, I mean, you're very much a
It
Northerner.
is, because I'm as common as muck, you see. I've tried to, over a period of time, not for snobby reasons, to get rid of my accent, because I think when you're in this business, I don't think you should be regionalised in any way. If you are, you might find that if you're a Cockney comic or a Yorkshire comic, you might go into areas where they say, I don't like Cockney comics, or I don't like Yorkshire comics if they're in London. So I try and speak without an accent, although I do have possibly more of a Manchester accent than anything else.
When you say Luke?
Yes, yeah. When I'm sort of not doing interviews like this and I'm relaxing, I'm not saying I'm putting on an accent.
Have you not got an accent anymore? Is that really what it's come to?
I'm not sure really. I hear...
Well, you feel you haven't got an accent?
No, when I hear this back, if I get a chance to hear this back later on, I will sit and say, oh yes, I have got an accent. But I don't hear it when I'm speaking.
Looking to Christmas, you've got a show coming off. Anything you can tell us about that?
Well, we're going to do a Christmas show. We're at the moment just starting planning it, actually. It's very difficult because obviously we want... I thought we'd have had a general election by now and therefore some new ideas to go at, but it's all going to be more or less the same, I think. You know, Jim Callaghan and Mrs. Thatcher and all that sort of thing.
I wonder how Mike finds it working in cabaret with all that cigar smoke about.